Welcome. I'm Gil Matthew, Executive Director of the Economic Resource Council of Nevada County, and this is All Things Economic, where we look at some of the more interesting notions in and around the world of economics. I know, putting interesting and economics in the same sentence might be a bit of a stretch. And speaking of stretching, I remember when a million was a mind-blowing large number. It wasn't that long ago that hearing about a millionaire conjured up images of yachts, private jets, a life of luxury. Then billionaires became the new elite, and now trillion is entering every day. From national budgets to corporate values to AI investments, somewhere along the way, our definition of mind-blowing quietly changed. But how much bigger is a trillion compared to a billion or a million? Let's break it down with a simple idea, stacking $1 bills. First, some quick math. A million is a numeral with 6 zeros behind it. A billion has 9 zeros, and a trillion has 12 zeros. So going from a million to a billion means multiplying by 1,000. Or going from a billion to a trillion, again, multiply by 1,000. Let's put it in a physical terms. A single $1 bill is about 0.0043 inches thick. If we stack $1 million worth of $1 bills, it would be approximately 358 feet high, about a 30-story building. If we stack $1 billion worth of $1 bills, we would go up to about 67.9 miles high. So if we compare ourselves to Elon Musk at 408 billion, we would be about 27,703 miles apart in terms of stacked $1 bills. Then, if we stack $1 trillion worth of $1 bills, we get to almost 68,000 miles, or almost 1/3 of the way to the moon. Our national debt is currently just above $37 trillion, or to state it another way, about 2,516,000 miles high. Ouch! That's not just a difference in scale, it's a difference in dimension. A trillion is so big our brains struggle to hold it. Why does this matter? We throw around words like trillion-dollar deficit or trillion-dollar company in headlines, but most of us can't really picture what a trillion looks like because we've never experienced it in a meaningful way. A decade ago, the term AI was rarely spoken. It was just a pair of letters. Today, it's a word, and there are trillion-dollar companies racing to push the boundaries of the AI universe in a trillion ways. Understanding the size of a trillion isn't just academic. It reminds us to pause when we hear massive numbers in news stories, budgets, and tech investments. The jump from a billion to a trillion isn't small. It's 1,000 times bigger. In a world where AI, debt, and valuations are racing ahead, we need to stay grounded in what those numbers actually mean. So, next time you hear a trillion, think a skyscraper versus space. Because that's the leap we've taken, from big to bigger to almost impossible to comprehend. We are not just scaling up, we're entering a new dimension of size. Whether it's money, data, or time, the jump from billion to trillion is enormous. Could we next talk about quadrillion or 1,000 times a trillion? Scary. So, thanks for being here. I'm Gil Matthew with the Nevada County Economic Resource Council, and until we meet again, be well and thrive.